What's up, everybody? I'm Flash. This is One Man's Opinion, and today we are reacting to I Walk the Line, the latest cover by Geoff, a cover of the iconic, one-of-a-kind artist, Johnny Cash. This is a song a lot of people are super familiar with, so obviously I'm going to be making some comparisons from the original. Johnny Cash is the original. As far as I know, I don't know of anyone earlier than that. So let me know in the comments if somebody did it before Johnny Cash, but as far as I'm aware, that is the OG for I Walk the Line. So that's what I'm going to be kind of comparing this to as we go through. I know that VoicePlay has dropped a new video as a group, so I'll be watching that very soon. So be on the lookout for that reaction. I'm also working on a review of the final season of Cobra Kai, so if you're a fan of Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, the Netflix series, be on the lookout for that. I don't know how long that'll take to get to you. The editing process for those videos takes a little bit longer, so that'll be done. I will have that out by the end of next week. I'm very hopeful. But we've got this right now. We've got the next voice play reaction coming, and I've had people mention that they want to see me do some minis. So I've got a lot on my plate, a lot coming up for you guys. I'll get to it as quickly as I can. Thank you guys for being patient and hanging out with me. As always, let's get into this one. I'm already seeing 4:49 on this, which is curious to me because I Walk the Line's a pretty short song. I think it's around 2.5 minutes, something like that. It's not super long. So that's interesting to me already. I'll be interested to see where they take this. You can already hear kind of the static of the old record player in the background. I really like that touch. And that's a nice jacket. That's a nice jacket.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Man, Geoff has such a nice voice, man. Different already. Already a different start to Johnny Cash's version. I think Johnny, if I remember right, it opens with the guitar and then goes straight into the first verse. Geoff almost starting right here with a slower intro, using the chorus to kind of to be the intro to the song. Guitar's different too. This is slower.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you are mine, I walk the line.
Listen, Geoff easily could have had a country music career. I've said that many times, listening to his covers of country music, Western songs. He has an incredible voice for it, and there is something very pleasant about listening to him. The music takes a back seat here, whereas in the Johnny Cash version, you had that very quick, storming kind of throughout, almost like a train going down the tracks, kind of the kind of always in the background of that Johnny Cash version. And the guitar and Cash were kind of a duo almost throughout. They were, front and center with each other. This one, guitar takes a back seat. Geoff's vocals are taking a commanding presence, commanding lead in this cover. It sounds really, really nice. It is like a little bit more, I would say, emotionally driven so far too, which I think works very effectively for this song in particular.
Because you are mine, I walk the line.
It's really pretty. It's really pretty.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Okay, picking up a little bit. Sounding, now going into it, starting to sound a little bit more like Cash's version. I like this intro, though. I like the beginning of this. I like the slowed down. There's a little bit more emotion to it. I like what he's doing with it a lot. I mean, I'm a big Cash fan. It feels almost sacrilege to say that anything is better than Cash's version. So far, I really like this a lot, though. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying that, and I'm probably not going to say that. So don't look for me to say that. But I do like this. I like this quite a bit.
I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you.
I hate to stop mid-verse like this, but he's doing something different with the notes too. Cash's version is very consistent. After you hear the first verse, you kind of know what you're getting as far as notes go. There's not a whole lot of change. He's doing a lot of different stuff. He drops this one low.
Alone when each day is through.
Right there. That's not a Johnny Cash right there.
I find it very, very easy to be true.
That part is consistent.
I find myself alone when each
And then as soon as he hits my, he drops low. That's different. So that's a very interesting change.
day is through.
I really liked his intro, maybe more than the Cash beginning. I don't care for that dip quite as much. So as long as we're keeping score, all things are even, I would say. I'm not going to keep score though, because at the end I don't want to say one's better than the other. I really like both. So far it's really good.
Be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you, because you're mine. I walk the line.
He's holding that line a little bit longer, it feels like, too. I could be wrong about that, but it feels like he's holding that line a little bit longer. That's not a complaint, just an observation. Yeah, I know some of you don't like when I compare and start saying one's better than the other, that sort of thing. Both exist separate and apart from each other. It's just fun for me to view them through that lens.
Because you're mine. I walk the line.
That depth comes so easily to him. That's depth that some people may struggle to even reach, you know, and that's a comfortable depth for him. It's super impressive.
As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right, because you are mine. Well, I walk the line.
As far as the video itself, the background, we haven't talked about it much. I think it works well for this song. And I like the front porch sitting on the steps take to this song, because this song is just sort of a guy thinking about his love. I think having the simple backdrop to this, just being on a front porch with the record player and stuff, makes a lot of sense. Because typically, when I have thoughts like that, when I'm going through the things that I'm kind of just thankful for, I'm usually like just driving down the road, or maybe I'm just sitting outside, you know, somewhere that's peaceful, somewhere that's calm, where you can collect your thoughts. I think it's really a really smart location pick.
'Cause you're mine. Walk the line.
That second "Because You're Mine, I Walk the Line" that he's added here, I actually quite like. I wasn't sure about it at first. It's growing on me though. I like it. Adds a little bit extra to the song.
You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide. Because you are mine, well, I walk the line.
The real question is, though, does Miss Castellucci make an appearance? I think she's got to, right? She's got to at the end of this one, even if it's not, you know, even if it's just walking by and putting a hand on his shoulder or something like that. Feels like the type of song that she would make a small cameo in. Maybe opening the door at the end and coming out onto the porch.
Because you're mine. I walk the line. Okay. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time.
There's a stoppage in the music there.
I keep my eyes wide.
Right at the beginning / end of every line, there's just a brief stoppage of the music. again, it's such a small difference from the original, enough to keep respect on the original and, pay homage and do all those things, but also to add something new, add a little flavor to it. It doesn't take away from the song at all. It just keeps you interested. It's something new for your ear. With every verse, they add something or a little bit here or take something a little bit away. And that's really smart way to go. If there was one complaint about Johnny Cash's version, it's the repetition. The guitar's very consistent. The way Johnny sings every line is very consistent. There's nothing wrong with that. But toward the end of the song, you are kind of like, okay, I kind of get it at this point. If you were going to complain about Johnny Cash's at all, I think that would be the one complaint that you could levy. Jeff has done something really smart here where he's changing things up. And they're small things. Again, it's small adjustments that he makes, but it keeps your ear listening. It keeps your ear engaged, and you're like, oh, that's something new. And so all of a sudden you're brought back into a verse you might have already heard, or a line of thinking that's very similar from a previous verse. I think that's really, really smart and well done by Geoff on this one. Listen for the stoppage.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, well, I walk the line. Because you're mine, mine.
Hey.
I walk the line.
Yeah, all right. Nice cup of coffee at the end. The little crackle. You can hear the little crackle from the record player right there. Yeah, we got a cameo. I knew we would. That's awesome. That's a pretty house. Wow, yeah, that was really good, really nice, a very nice listen. Great, different enough from Cash's to be its own thing, to listen to it and have it be something separate, but close enough to Cash's to pay homage. Yeah, super good. It's what we expect from Geoff. He managed to make it his own while still being respectful from the original, which is something that he and Voice Play are always so good at. So that's impressive in its own right. The creativity to change things up on his own is also a really, really awesome thing to see. I do keep them. I do say it's just as good as the original. I will say that. I think it's just as good as Cash's version, and I think that is high praise. That's very high praise in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I so appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Be on the lookout for my next reactions or my Cobra Kai review, which is coming up soon, I hope. Watch out for those videos, guys. I'll see you on the next one. This has been One Man's Opinion. Thanks.